Welcome back, people. Today in our lesson, we're going to talk about two very similar verbs that often throw foreigners off. Saber and Conhecer. They actually mean something very similar. So saber is to know, as in to know information. Like I know about biology, for example, something like that. Conhecer is to know a person or to be familiar with something, a concept, for example. So let's get to it. Okay, so the verb saber, to know. Let's start with the pronunciation. Eu sei, você sabe, nós sabemos, vocês sabem. Eu sei, você sabe, nós sabemos, vocês sabem. Okay, so as I mentioned before, it is to know information, right? So I know. So let's say, eu sei que Brasil tem comida gostosa. Eu sei, I know that, right? K is used very frequently in Portuguese. I know that Brazil has tasty food, comida gostosa. Okay? Let's do a question. Você sabe quantos estados os Estados Unidos da América tem? Você sabe quantos estados os Estados Unidos têm? Do you know? Você sabe? Do you know how many states? I apologize, my pen has not been working very well lately. Do you know how many states the United States has? Respond this. Eu sei. I know. Eu sei. I know. 50. Easy enough? I think so. So a trickier verb is conhecer. Now the NH sound, we learned this in the pronunciation lesson a long time ago. Conhecer, yeah. It's very similar to the N with the tilde in Spanish, right? Conhecer, conhecer. It's also some sort of fill in your throat. Conhecer. So we'll leave it at that, because pronunciation is something that you just have to practice and practice over and over again. So I'll pronounce these for you. Eu conheço, você conhece, você conhece, nós conhecemos, vocês conhecem, vocês conhecem, conheço, conhece, conhecemos, conhecem. Okay. So as I mentioned before, this is to know or to be familiar with a person, right, or a concept. So, for example, you can say, question. Você conhece Marcelo? You respond, sim, sim. Eu conheço. Do you know Marcelo? Yes, I know. All right, eu conheço ele. You can do that, but you can do that, but as I mentioned before, Brazilians like to shorten things, right? So you can say sim, eu conheço ele. Most Brazilians will just say sim, eu conheço, I know. Right? And it's assumed that you're talking about Marcelo, right? How about another one? Vocês conhecem todo mundo aqui na escola. So, if you're in school and you're very popular, someone could say this to you. Vocês conhecem todo mundo aqui na escola. You all, you plural, know, as in personally, you're familiar with. Todo mundo. Todo mundo is a phrase in Portuguese. Translates to the whole world, right? All of the world. But in this case, the way they use it, it means everybody, right? Everybody. Todo mundo. Vocês conhecem todo mundo aqui na escola? You all know everybody here in school. Vocês conhecem todo mundo aqui na escola? Conhecemos. Yes, we know. We know. So here's an example. I'm going to throw you a curveball right here. Você conhece Fábio? Ele tem cabelo preto, sei lá, cabelo preto. And then you could answer like this. So I'm asking, do you know Fábio? Then the person starts to describe, ele tem cabelo preto, da, 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 da. And the other person could respond like this. Sim, eu sei quem ele é. So, through your curveball here, I'm using say, but it's about knowledge. So, do you know Fábio personally? Do you know him? He has black hair, da, da, da. The other person responds, yes, I know who he is, right? So you're not talking about you have a relationship with him or you know him personally. You're saying, I know of him. You have knowledge of him, right? I tried to trick you a little bit just so you can see some of the ways that people talk in Brazil. Sim, eu sei quem ele é. You can also respond like this. Você conhece Fábio? Sim. Eu conheço. Right? So, I think that's a good place to stop because I don't want to trick you by interchanging some of those verbs, but I hope I was pretty straightforward. Conhece, conhecer is for a person to know personally, and saber is knowledge, information, right? So just to clarify here, you could say, você conhece Fábio? Sim, eu conheço. I know him. Or if the person starts describing that person, right? It's getting kind of tedious. Yes, I know who he is. Yes, I have knowledge of who that person is. I know who you're talking about, right? But yeah, just use conhece.